are watching What's Cooking in the Low Country, and we are at Trattoria Divina with Tammy Brain. We are talking about all kinds of fabulous, fabulous food and wine, and thank you so much for having us here.
Oh, thank you for being here. I'm excited.
When I walked in and we started talking, I was telling Tammy that the best Italian food I've ever had in my life was at this little trattoria in Venice, and it was tucked away in the corner. And the food was to die for. And as soon as you walk in the door here, you kind of feel that you're in Italy.
Well, thank you. We were hoping to get that little vibe, and we definitely are stuck in a little corner.
So don't let that fool you.
Correct.
They're in Park Plaza on the south end. There's a lot going on in this shopping center, and they are tucked in a corner, just like the Trattoria in Venice.
Hey, yeah.
So we're talking about wine today, amongst other things. You guys have just been honored with quite an award from Wine Spectator.
We have. We're so excited, and everybody here has just been over the moon with what we've been given. We received an award of excellence from the Wine Spectator, and this is our first year, one of very few here in Hilton Head, and we are just dying to taste more wine to get that for next year.
Excellent. And if you are a wine lover, you're going to want to mark down the first Tuesday of every month.
Correct.
Primo Martedì.
Right.
Let's talk about that event, because
Okay.
it is an event.
Yes, it is. We do it the first Tuesday of every month. And what we do is, typically we do 5 wines, and you'll see 5 wines right here, because these are the wines that we're going to do this month.
And it's got changed a little bit.
Because of July 4th,
Yes.
of course. And we typically do 2 whites in the front, 2 reds in the middle, and a big bold red at the end. And chef pairs with those 2 whites, or in this case we have a rosé, the 2 reds and the big red at the end. And it's $45 per person. And we do it Tuesday nights, start at 6:30, and it's really just a lot of fun. We never taste anything that's on our list, food-wise or wine-wise.
So if you're going to come in August, so the first Tuesday in August, you will experience 5 wines and 3 courses that you can't get any other time at this restaurant.
Correct. So, and we kind of use Primo as our test kitchen. Because of that, all new wines, if some wine is really well received, then we typically put it on the list. And same with the food. If chef comes in and always hits it out of the park, but if something is audibly excellent, that ends up either as a special.
Audibly excellent.
Yep.
You told a little story about the from the entire dining room.
I did. He did a rib with a mole, an Italian mole sauce, and you could hear everybody just go, oh. So that ended up as a special, very well received.
So again, the Primo Martedì is the first Tuesday of the month. They pair 5 wines with 3 courses that you can't get any other time, and reservations are required.
Yes.
It's $45 a person, and you will leave here feeling so full and satisfied with a delicious Italian fare that you don't get anywhere else.
That's true.
So we're going to go back in the kitchen and see what chef is up to.
Okay, so what we're doing here is we're gonna do beef porchetta. Porchetta usually is made by pork, but I like to play with food and make a little twist to it. So I bought this meat which has a lot of fat, and you can see. I season it with salt and pepper, so it can sear nice and quick. So right now I'm gonna put a little steak seasoning, sea salt, and herbs of Provence, which are homemade. Then we got the meat, which we already thin the slice, and we're gonna do the same process. With salt, steak seasoning, and a lot of herbs. The herbs have garlic, rosemary, sage, basil. So and then we're gonna roll it. What we try to do is not to overcook the meat, and just roll it to protect it with the fat. So whenever you sear it, it doesn't wanna lose the shape. So what the fat's gonna do is gonna protect the meat not to overcook, and it's gonna be more tender and juicy. So you're gonna sear it for both sizes, and you're gonna bake it for 350 for like 15 minutes, 20. to get a very medium red. So you can put it right straight to the oven. Whenever you get it out of the oven, you will get it nice and crispy. You see all that fat? That's why it's released from the meat. You can see the sear. That's the fat and it protects them.
You saw Chef Hugo Lee prepare this beautiful dish back in the kitchen, and now we're out in the dining room with this beautifully plated entree of porchetta. Can you tell us a little bit about how you plated that and what you pair it with on the plate?
Well, I try to use a little Italian flair, which I use shaved Parmesan,
Okay.
grana padano, a little capers, arugula, and balsamic reduction, which is homemade.
Homemade. Talk to
Yes.
me about a homemade balsamic reduction.
Well, you know, we always try to do everything homemade. We get the balsamic, we reduce it. You know, we don't buy it from bottles
Okay.
because we need to have the pride to serve food in here.
They make everything, and I mean everything fresh in that kitchen.
We do.
From the balsamic reduction to the pasta to the herbs de Provence. That really surprised me. He's in the back, he's making this, he's putting it together, and he's talking about the fresh house-made herbs de Provence. Who does that?
It's great because when he does that, then all the fragrance from those herbs permeate through the restaurant. And it smells so good, along with the garlic and the olive oil and all those really nice smells and wonderful things in the kitchen come out here, and they look like that.
I mean, that is just gorgeous, and I'm sure that it tastes delicious, and I am going to taste it before we go.
Now this is something he's going to do and serve tomorrow for our Primo Martedì. One of the wines is a big, nice, bold red, and we're going to be serving it with a nice beef here, and that will not only enhance the flavors of the dish that he prepared, but also the flavors of the wine.
And one of the things we were talking about when we were in the kitchen was that this dish is traditionally prepared with pork, but Chef doesn't repeat a single menu item for this Primo Martedì meal, and so he gets creative, and you chose to do beef this time.
Well, they give me the chance to practice, you know. So when people come here, they want to experience something different, and we'll.
It will be a different experience. So you also make fresh pasta.
We do.
And being Italian and being a lover of Italian food, fresh pasta takes you up a good couple notches. Nobody can even begin to say that fresh pasta is equivalent to what you can get with a dried product. What kind of pastas are you making? Is it obviously one of the big hits here?
We make several in the kitchen. Chef and his crew, they do all our raviolis. We do a lobster ravioli, we do a spinach ravioli, and we do an aglinati, which it traditionally isn't a ravioli shaped, but it has mushrooms and marsala in it. It's just very earthy and very yummy. And we make linguine, fettuccine, and he makes a different pasta called guittarini, and you hear guitar in there, and so we say it's sort of like a guitar string.
Okay.
It's square instead of round, and that holds the sauce better.
Tubular or just
No,
a solid
a
square?
solid square,
Okay.
and it holds the sauce better. It's a little meatier, and it gives you a much better mouthfeel when you're eating your pasta.
Now, being that we are on an island and Italy is a peninsula, there's a lot of seafood. And people, when they're visiting, are after seafood. What are some of the seafood dishes on your menu?
Well, we try to use local shrimp, local fish. You know, we always pair it with white wine sauce or,
Okay.
you know, something that is on season.
So if someone's coming in and they're looking for that seafood experience, you can offer that.
Absolutely. We do a fresh fish every day. Most of the time in the summer, we try to get it locally. We always have a lot of lobster dishes on our menu. It's a big local favorite. And he puts specials on, who knows, sometimes clams. We do the vongole, which is the fresh white wine clam sauce with the homemade linguine. So yes, seafood definitely is a top priority
Frutta
here.
di mare? That's a good one.
Linguine amare, we do that here.
So lots and lots of options at Trattoria Divina. Again, it is in Park Plaza on the south end, tucked into this corner, but don't let it fool you because that's where the best food comes from. They do Primo Martedì, the first Tuesday, where they pair their 5 wines with 3 entrees that are new and different every time, nothing you will ever see on the menu. This is one of the things that they made. It's the beef porchetta filled with fresh herbs de Provence, topped with capers, a house-made balsamic reduction, and the shaved Parmesan. And you really just get a very authentic feeling when you're in this restaurant.
That's what we're striving for.
Well, you have succeeded.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to dig into this. Thank you so much for having us. Make sure you come down and you experience Trattoria Divina.